What's up, everybody? Noah Kisser back here for the Wandavision season finale or series finale. I don't know if we'll get a second season going over every single episode of Wandavision. I mean, you could do another season just with the sitcom episodes. You could. I think people would really enjoy that, who actually enjoy the show. Now let's get into this, and then I'm going to get into the full-on series review. So this is both. I am not naming it series finale. This is just the episode 9 review title. Let's get into episode 9. We last left off with Wanda and Agatha Harkness, who has her children trapped. This time, and by the way, this is full-on spoilers. This is full-on spoilers for the full series and for this episode. Pietro, we're going to get into Pietro, or Pietro, as he's now known. Agatha Harkness has Wanda's kids trapped. Vision meets White Vision for a battle. Now here's my question. Where did White Vision go? Where did the White Vision go? I don't understand where he went. Maybe you can tell me. Because I don't remember them saying anything or even seeing him. The only thing that I actually remember is him going, I am Vision. I am Vision. And then he flies up. That's about it. The fake Vision, or as he's now known as the Hex Vision. The Hex Vision is the one that disintegrates at the end of the show in a very well done scene that I don't think anybody saw coming. Nobody saw the ending of this show coming. And if you did, well then great. Agatha is beaten within the first 20 minutes of the entire episode. A nice little battle of power between her and Wanda. All she wants is Wanda's power. But Wanda uses the same thing. The witch, something like the witch that conjured up this spell is the only one that can use their power within the hex. So she, Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff, set up a spell so that she can use her powers and Agatha can't, which does raise a few problems, because yeah, you're in the hex, but the problem is you were in the hex before she got all your powers, and she was using her powers before she knew it was a hex. This episode does have a lot of problems, and I'm going to go into just a little bit more. Vision flies up. We never see him again. We do have a little issue with Pietro or Pietro. We find out that he's not actually the Fox's Quicksilver, so we are not getting X-Men. And by the way, there is no big cameo in this episode. I think the big cameo was just a bit of British humor. Paul Bettany said, I worked with one actor who I've always wanted to work with, and I believe it was himself as White Vision. So that was a bit of dry British humor and very clever humor, because he didn't say it was a massive, well, yes they did. They said that this was going to be compared to the Luke Skywalker cameo in The Mandalorian Season 2. I don't believe it was. White Vision was nice, but it's not like I screamed early in the morning and jumped up and down and almost cried because White Vision was on there. That happened when Luke Skywalker came on, because it's Luke Skywalker. It's Luke Skywalker. What do you want me to do? I am more into the Star Wars world than I am the MCU. I love the MCU, but Star Wars is more my thing. Pietro is now given a name, Ralph Boner. That's going to be a lot of jokes. There's a lot of jokes to be made at Ralph Boner's expense. We don't really get a lot with him. We pretty much see him and Monica talk, and Monica finds out that he's being controlled by a beaded necklace. So she pulls that off, and now he is named Ralph Boner. We get a really nice scene with everybody looking at Wanda like a villain. She doesn't go full villain here. They did a great job of the will she, won't she be a villain by the end of this series, because we knew that she was starting to go a little bit mad. This show was not about Vision. It was not about anything else besides her grief. She's grieving. WandaVision is basically about Wanda Maximoff grieving. It's a very powerful series. It's an emotional series. It's a very funny series. And just an intriguing series overall. I really enjoyed this series. I do gotta say that this was probably my least favorite episode. But I liked the end credit scenes for the most part. We do lead into a little bit of Captain Marvel 2. And we also get a bit more that's going to probably lead into next February with Doctor Strange 2, The Multiverse of Madness, because this was supposed to come out later. I believe this was supposed to come out later to Doctor Strange to make it line up better with Doctor Strange. They couldn't get the reshoots done with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I guess they just want to do WandaVision first. I don't think there was going to be any other differences with WandaVision here. We get Wanda keeping the Scarlet Witch aspect of her basically trapped in this little hex here in a cabin, and she's looking through the book. And yes, the book does come back into play. The book came back, and I'm like, oh, it did come back. They didn't really do anything with it besides her reading it, and then before the foreign language thanks credits come up, we hear her kids screaming. I believe we're going to see her kids again. I think a lot of people are thinking the same thing. We are going to see her kids again. Is it going to be in a post-credit scene with Spider-Man in the Multiverse of Madness? Because Vision's gone. Vision is gone. They said in Far From Home, Vision is no more. Vision's gone. I don't know where Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness goes in the MCU timeline, but I do know that this WandaVision show takes place before Spider-Man Far From Home. How is No Way Home going to tie into this? I don't got a clue. I don't got a clue how it ties into it. But we are just going to have to wait until December and see what happens. I'm hoping that the Falcon and Winter Soldier may have something to do with Black Widow. I don't think anything new coming up in the MCU is going to have anything to do with Loki. I really don't. The show What If is pretty much just what if this happens, and that's going to be a very intriguing story, I think, a very intriguing show to watch every week. This series was very funny, but it felt very dark from the very beginning at the same time too. Yakety yak, don't go back. The first 3 episodes felt like straight up sitcoms with a bit of MCU horror aspects. And I liked that. Then we lead into the kids. The twins come into it, and then we get the Monica drama. We get the Vision and a Wanda face-off fight. I was sure that we were going to get a face-off. We were going to get a fight between those two. And we got a screaming match. We didn't really get a whole lot of fighting between them. And I think that's good. We did not see the real White Vision. The White Vision, I don't know where he is. I haven't got a clue where he is. Where's the White Vision? That's my only problem with this. Is my only main problem is, where is the White Vision? Because as far as they know, Vision is dead. The only people who know that Vision is not dead is the Hex Vision and the people in the military. And we also got the confirmation that what's his face? What was his name? I'm not gonna remember his name unless I look it up. I can see his face. Wandavision. Okay. Wandavision. Do 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 do. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Do 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 do. Is it okay? I'm gonna have to go through the episodes then. I have to go through episodes on IMDb. Let's go to episode 10, and this was called the series finale. Director Tyler Hayward turned out to be a villain. They were going towards that route, but I thought maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was. I didn't know exactly what he was. A lot of people are probably going to be disappointed by this. And that is our fault. That's our fault for even speculating everything. Who was the beekeeper? The beekeeper was nobody. We don't know who he was. We don't know who the engineer was. We don't know who the people in the commercials were. And I don't think it really matters. The story was about Wanda grieving. And we got that. It was sad. It was funny with the sitcoms. I really enjoyed this series. I know a lot of people loved this series. I really liked this series a lot. I woke up early every single Friday just for this, and I hardly wake up early. I love waking up early, but I make it a point to wake up early every single Friday morning for the new Wandavision, the new Mandalorian, and I'm gonna do it next week too, with the making of Wandavision, which was called what? What's it called? Just type in Wandavision next week. It's not going to tell me on IMDb. I just know that it is a making of. Now, let's get into a rating for the whole for the whole series. I am not going to rate the episodes. But I will say that I love the first 3 episodes probably the most in regards to comedy, because I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of 50s comedy. I love Lucy. I love the Dick Van Dyke Show. I love Leave It to Beaver. I love the Andy Griffith Show. I love that style of comedy. But they also got Bewitched in there. You got a little bit of Genie. And we got a little bit of a Munsters type of feel to the Agatha All Along. It was Agatha all along. If you didn't sing, that's your fault. Damn it, now I'm kind of embarrassed. I've done super stuff on the internet, so who cares? I'm going to give WandaVision an A. I really did enjoy it. I would have given it maybe an A+ if they tied up a few more of the questions here. But I think it was our fault for speculating who's the beekeeper. Did he have something to do with anything? Or was this just basically her going, I am in control. You are not messing up my fantasy. I'm going to live a happy life. I think that's what it was. So she never... We never see him again. We don't see him hardly ever again. Who were the people in the commercials? They were just people in commercials. There was a Nexus reference there, which I liked. WandaVision is a great series. If you didn't like it, I completely understand, but I think people just have to understand that this is not your normal MCU thing. The Falcon and Winter Soldier will be your typical MCU. It will be the typical MCU. Action, comedy, drama, fighting, explosions. It's going to be your typical MCU. I think a lot of people were expecting this to be just something a bit different, and I think it was a little too different for some people. Now, some people are getting tired of the MCU as a whole. That is superhero fatigue, comic book fatigue, and I know that's a real thing, but I don't got it. I don't have it. I'm here to watch a good story. I don't care if it's Marvel, DC, Harry Potter. Well, I'm not gonna say that because I would rather see a new Harry Potter movie than see 6, and I mean Harry Potter with Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint. I would rather see a new movie with those 3 back in the main cast than go back to having 5 or 6 MCU shows. Well, MCU series. Shows I like because it's drawn out a little bit more. You get drawn out over 6 to 9 weeks. So I will see all of you guys next week. No, not next week. I will see all of you Marvel people on March 19th when we talk about the first episode of The Falcon and Winter Soldier. We're going to be talking about that next on March 19th, and we have that for 6 weeks. We get a little break with Black Widow, and then we're going to go into Loki. So we have a lot of stuff, and I believe Loki might lead into Shang-Chi. So I don't know how many episodes Loki has. It could be 6 episodes. It could be 6 45, 51-hour episodes. I am not really sure. But WandaVision, let me know what you thought of it down below, and I will see all of you guys next time for my reviews of Coming to America. What was that? Boss Level. I almost forgot the title. And the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Sponge on the Run, as well as my Critics' Choice Award predictions. And later this weekend, you guys will be getting my review of Raya and the Last Dragon, as well as Fit for a Prince, the brand new Hallmark movie, and the two new Lifetime movies, which I'm hoping are really, really good, because last week's was way better than any of them that I've seen. So I will see all of you guys next time. If you want to see more Marvel content, stay tuned to this channel, because I will be covering it every single Friday that we have a new show. Every single movie I will be seeing, and I'm going to try and watch the Marvel movies that I have not seen later in the year, or maybe before Black Widow, or before Shang-Chi, but definitely before Spider-Man No Way Home. How do you think it's going to tie into WandaVision? Is it going to be very loosely? Is it going to be a multiverse opening with everybody? Are you a bit disappointed that we didn't get a big, huge Luke Skywalker level cameo? Are you a little disappointed that we didn't get a big explosion of just a ticked off Wanda? Because her kids did die, but she knew that they were going to die, and she was okay with it this time. She knew she had to let them go. She knew that she had to let Vision go. She had to let everybody go so that Westview could go back to their regular lives, because everybody was under her control. So I will see all of you guys for those reviews and the Critics' Choice Awards, Raya and the Last Dragon review. I will see all of you guys for those videos up next.